Hi everyone, I welcome you once again to Dynamic Coaching Center. So this is going to be a new series where we are actually going to start with a particular topic called scheduling. So in this particular topic, we'll be just seeing about what is meant by scheduling and how to sequence the jobs and process that in a shortest possible time so that every demand has been successfully met, and what are all the different policies which has been employed by the industries to follow the scheduling techniques. Everything will be discussed in detail. And as far as competitive exams are considered, this forms a very important topic as far as GATE exam is considered. And if you try to go with ESC, this is more and more important during the main examination. So I can say that during mains, you can expect more number of questions to be asked for ESC. And as far as GATE, this is a very easiest question to fetch the 2 marks. Okay, so in this, we'll be just seeing about not only about the policies of scheduling the jobs, but we'll also look through the sequencing arrangement and what are all the rules and different procedures which are actually available. So let's get started with the basic terms. So first of all, scheduling. So before even getting to know about the scheduling, we'll just discuss about the sequencing, because we are very much familiar with this word sequencing, right? So sequencing is concerned with determining the best sequence in which a set of given jobs in the sense you can take that as products or work pieces that may be performed, whereas scheduling deals with the allocation of limited resources over time. So this is a basic difference between scheduling and sequencing. So if you have say 5 jobs A, B, C, D, E, right? In what order you have to process these 5 work parts so that you'll end up with the exact due date which has been given by the customer, right? So that has been explained by the sequencing, and scheduling is something which may be performed to deal with the allocation of limited resources over time. So for example, if you try to consider an industry, generally you have men, material, and capital amounts, right? So if you try to take these three resources, these three should be allocated exactly in the optimal level so that every single purpose of the job has been met successfully, right? So this has to be kept in mind, and this is the basic difference between sequencing and scheduling. So sequencing models are dealt with the situations where n jobs, if you don't know the exact number of quantities, so the example what I have given, I have taken A, B, C, D, E, which means n is equal to 5, right? Since 5 jobs are there, so in general we can say that suppose if you have n jobs, that has to be processed on m number of missions. So the missions could be varying in number, say 2 missions to 20 missions, right? So M stands for that number of missions, and in what order these jobs has to be sequenced can be explained by the sequencing models. So the optimal sequence is what we are actually looking for, the maximized production as well as the minimum processing time. So the optimal sequence is a sequence which can minimize the overall completion time of all jobs on all missions, because if you can process all the jobs in a very quick manner, then you can accommodate more number of orders, right? So that is our main motto as far as this sequencing model is actually considered. We are looking for some optimal sequence so that we can minimize the overall processing time or completion time of all jobs on all missions. So this is just the introduction regarding the scheduling and sequencing series. So those who are actually new to this channel, try to watch the videos right from the beginning so that you'll be able to understand. We'll just catch up with the next video regarding scheduling, and we'll also get to know about the few basic terms which you have to get familiarized so that you'll be able to proceed on with the problems. Thank you.